So, America, this is Tyrus Rex in the Tyrus Rex Show. This is Mrs. Tyrus Rex, and today I'm going to have us a conversation on while we're out here at the beach. You know, when we were getting ready, we were seeing a lot on YouTube about AI. You know, this, I don't know if you're into it, this GPT Chat 4, this language AI changing the world. I don't fully understand it, but it's intriguing. But me and my wife have been having, Mrs. Tyrus Rex has been having a lot of discussions. So I want to get her thoughts on what she saw and how she feels about it. So, babe, what do you think about those AIs?
Well, first it's important that we point out that I'm quite pessimistic. I'm not optimistic when it comes to AIs. So I think they're intriguing, but I think the overall fascination is disheartening.
Is it because you think it's dangerous?
Yeah, I do think it's dangerous. I think I see people with no human connection and people with no spirituality who are fascinated with robots. Pretty much, I mean, we can call it artificial intelligence if you want, but it's pretty much a robot.
Do you think the fascination is dangerous, or do you think the implications of what the AIs mean for how the world works today and how it might work in the future, or is it all of it?
I think it's all of it, but I would definitely beg to differ on the fascination for the simple fact that humans are, our conscience, our subconscious is pretty much what is the driving force of these AIs. So, you know, without us, they wouldn't exist. So the fascination with humans wanting something unreal is what's scary.
But it's real though, right?
Is it real?
I mean, it's tangible. It's a real thing. It's something that
I mean, you can touch it and feel it and see it, but it's something that a group of random people created based on their mind frame. This isn't something that, and that's what I'm saying, is dangerous in human form, because when you get a couple of people creating something and they can get thousands of people on board who don't think like that, that's a dangerous thing, because how are you being intrigued? If your mind isn't working like theirs, what are they doing to spark your fascination?
I think, I would consider, like, for example,
how are you understanding it from their point of view? If you don't have their level of intelligence and you aren't creating a database or programming for an AI, how are you fascinated with it? How does it intrigue your mind? How do you feel it's going to help you? When I think of the world, when I think of America, when I think of people not having clean water, like, it doesn't fascinate me I'll be able to talk to an AI and write a paper.
Well, it's kind of like,
fascinate me by telling me that everyone is eating every day. Fascinate me by telling me that children are safe in schools every single day. That's a fascination for me. We haven't been able to get that down pat. But you're going to tell me we've conquered AIs?
Well, I don't know if we conquered it, but I think the advancement in AI, at least for me, is fascinating. It's almost like a car. I don't know. Like, I
agree.
I don't know how the car works. Like, I'm not that person. People do know how. I don't. I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah.
But I definitely
You're intrigued with the surface of it. Well, that is what is dangerous.
I'm understanding.
That is what is dangerous. You're intrigued with the you know, the paint, the inside tartar sauce, outside whatever they call it. You know, when the
outside fish scales, inside tartar sauce.
Yeah, whatever they say.
What Jeezy said, but
yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's the fascination of what something looks like and what something is and what something can be, without going deeper behind the scenes and seeing how it would make you obsolete. Would you still be intelligent? Would you still be intriguing? Would your conversation still be intriguing? Would you be fascinated with each other as people once AIs came into the scene?
I think that's the heart of it, right? I think that's the fear. That's the fear. Like, what? Like, you're already seeing, like, and we're at the beginning stages of AI technology. You're already seeing how it is making jobs obsolete. Whether it's the robot flipping the burgers now. I don't know if you've seen that. The checkout apps when you go to like a restaurant like Chili's or
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 Whole Foods now, based with who have, you know, a contract with Amazon, or you think of these new fast food restaurants they've created, you know, McDonald's, for example, throughout the U.S. that are, you know, operating without humans inside of them. You know, to me, I don't want a robot making my food. I mean,
even if it tastes better.
even if it tastes better. Even if it
That's
tastes
cap.
better.
That's cap.
No, it's not cap. It's not cap. It's not the taste for me. It's the interaction with the human that day. It's me exchanging my money. Like, I think people have lost their way. I think there are a lot of people, you know, who don't mind just sitting and working with the computer all day. And people fascinate me. That's tangible. That's real. People with different emotions changing day to day, up, down, their highs, their lows. That's intriguing to me. And them being able to control that, them being able to come out of whatever they're in,
what about
being able to recreate themselves with an AI that's been programmed.
Can I ask the question?
With a certain database.
Can I ask the question? So you think, what about all of the advantages that an AI could particularly have? Like I know
and that's why I'm on the fence. I
know when you like things like being able to identify cancer like 2 years earlier, all of that.
And that's why I'm on the fence, because it's like, that's a wonderful thing. I mean, that's beyond amazing. That's beyond amazing as far as the mind. But then we start thinking deeper, because that's what I am. I'm a deep thinker. Then we start thinking, and we start thinking, who's going to have access to these AIs?
I think that's the other thing too.
Are we going to have access to them?
What about how? Like,
we're going to have access to them at the lowest level.
Well, I don't know.
Where they're not really intriguing us. Think of your cell phone. Excuse me. Think of your cell phone. Think of your iPad. Think of these things. Think of Google.
I don't know.
We don't even use them to their maximum capacity. We have access to them, but do any of us really know how to use them? Are we typing the right words? Are we going to the right place?
I mean, that's in my mind. I got to push back there. At least in this most recent instance with this new company, OpenAI, that has this Chat GPT 3.5 and 4.0 now. It's open source. So literally, if you take the time to get the self-knowledge, I mean, you can create
something. Time. All of our minds work different.
Right.
Who's going to receive the same amount of knowledge? That is dangerous, because everyone's not going to get.
But this is not a
bits and pieces.
I don't know. Is this world a utopia, or is it, to an extent, still survival of the fittest? Like, those who put forth that effort are definitely going to have a different result. Can I ask you a question though? Like, I think you touched on something I want to get your thoughts on. So, like let's take a step back. When you think about this new AI, the one that's really getting all the buzz, this chat GTP or GPT or whatever the fuck it is for, it's scouring, like it's crawling like the whole internet. Like, what thoughts do you have around like privacy concerns and like, does that scare you?
No, not at all. There hasn't really ever been privacy in the U.S.
Okay.
I mean, back in the day, maybe. I mean, you know, when people were getting away, I'm not going to name what people, but when people were getting away with murdering their wives, murdering their children, murdering prostitutes. I mean, you know, without DNA is what I'm saying. We've advanced throughout the years without DNA. What I'm saying is that no, it doesn't. That doesn't even.
I think you bring up a fair point. It's just like when the whole Snowden thing came out, like. Who didn't think
that was already happening?
Who didn't think that phones was listening to him? Who didn't think that TVs was listening to him? Like, who didn't think that, right?
Exactly.
Like, who didn't think that? Like, I always thought that.
Yeah, now when we have, you know, things where though you can mention a word and it's coming up on your feed, it's coming up on
that's commercial.
Feed,
that's even like
up on your television.
So if the commercial, the commercial sector, right, the private sector has that, what does the government sector have? So that never shocked me. But I like, it'll be interesting, like over the next coming years, if our opinions change on AI, if it is indeed the
my
end of man.
My opinions will never change on AI.
Whoa.
I have a high level of respect.
My opinions change based. My opinions personally, like this is Mrs. Tyrus Rex, and she can be stubborn. My personal opinions change based upon the data that I receive. So as we get more information, I think
the data doesn't matter as much as your personal beliefs. See, nothing can ever change your. You understand that nothing can ever change your personal belief. Do you understand?
So your personal belief is you're never going to accept the AI.
No, I never said that. I'll always.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is that if I'll ever have access to an intelligent high level of AI that will actually save my child's life, or actually move actually give people clean water, actually feed the poor.
Like, can you see yourself falling in love with a pet AI, like an AI dog?
No, I think you're missing the point. Pet AIs don't intrigue me, just for the simple fact that I want all mankind to benefit. I have a burden for humans in the way they live, so I don't have an intriguement or a special place for AIs. I have a special place for humans.
Do you think?
And who is going to have access to the AIs? Who's going to benefit off of them? We all know who's going to benefit off of them.
I don't know that yet.
The higher people.
I don't know.
Who have
it's open source right now.
No,
I don't know.
Not. No, it's
I don't know. I don't know.
You're getting the lowest form of AI, sweetheart. You're getting the lowest form. The one you've done research on, all that. They gave that to you. You didn't look at it. You didn't find it. They gave that to you.
Oh.
They gave you exactly the amount of information they wanted you to have. They told you exactly what they wanted you to have.
Whoa. We're going to the deep end, so let me ask you this. Are you saying your belief is, while the buzz is about this new GPT-4, you're saying that's old? Are you saying that in reality there's more powerful AIs already in existence? Are we going there?
We're not going there. We've already went there. We've been told time and time again, no matter what time era we're in, we've been told time and time again that once we receive information, it's the lowest level, it's late, and it does not line up with the current information that our private sectors, our government, or whoever you want to say,
those in
charge have. Our information, they. It never lines up, and that is why the AIs, to me, I think AI would be wonderful if we all had the same intelligence level and we all had the same access to them. I think they'd be wonderful.
So it has to be utopia.
But since there's a certain amount of people and certain people who are diabolical controlling them.
Look, can we veer off, because I think you're bringing up something else that is interesting when you think about it.
It all goes hand in hand. You can't just be intrigued by the AI and what it could do for you personally. You have to think about the demise and what it would do for your fellow man.
I think that's intriguing, and I think that is a very intriguing point. I think I see that. What does that say? Body bro.
What's that surf style?
Body bro Biggie.
50% off?
50% off. That's amazing. Yeah, that's a flying airplane. You don't see that a lot, like flying airplane advertisements. Only in Florida. You see everything in Florida, though. It's a beautiful place in America, Panama City Beach.
Have it in comfort.
But can I ask you a question? Because you touched on something when you talk about those elite having different
levels of access to those AI,
different
information,
different levels of access. I think that is one of the possibilities. But can I ask you a question to get your thoughts on it?
You think now people with no insurance, and you think of people with insurance, you think of these doctors taking an oath to save lives, but all of that change. That change is based on, are they going to be able to pay me? Am I going to be able to get paid after I save this life? So there's always...
Well, no, but can I ask a question?
When you have a for-profit business,
yeah,
like AIs, when you have a for-profit...
But right now, who's driving, like, I don't know how that's going to end up. Well, it depends. Like, your assumption is what we're seeing with the latest advents in AI technology is already redundant and late. Yes. It's already antiquated to a sense. Right? Yes. Not redundant, but antiquated to a sense.
To a certain extent it is.
Well, I can see that belief. So
they're not keeping you on the same level as them. They're not, hey, just got this today.
But
hey, we'll just find this out
today. I would say this, based upon the current access to like, let's say a source like OpenAI, one would argue that there is a certain level of access to the common man with it being open source. However, I think what
I have not denied that there's a certain level of access.
I think the point that you make is super intriguing in the long run, especially like when you think about Elon Musk, and he's talking about, for us to keep up, like how AIs will make us antiquated, and the only way we can keep up is to implant like chips in our mind. And I can see a scenario. Let's say that technology advances. I can see where you will have two classes of human being, more than two, but driven by
classes, right?
But driven by this elitism. So I see that aspect as one of the possibilities in the multiverse. But anyway, this has been an intriguing conversation with Tyrus Rex and Mrs. Tyrus Rex.
You forgot who you were talking to, huh?
No, I was going to use one of your other monikers, but anyway, thank you all for watching this video. Let us know what you know what you think about AI technology. Again, we're not experts. We're just talking as common folk. But we have mixed feelings. So let us know how you feel. And as always, like and subscribe. Thank you.